Good afternoon. It's Thursday, May 28. I'm Mai Rodriguez for your Midday Report. We'll be giving you the stories shaping the nation at this hour. Let's get you up to speed. Senator Panfilo Lacson says the minority bloc is preparing for all possible scenarios on Monday's session, including the possible arrest of two of their colleagues from the majority. The country secures multi-billion-dollar investments from Japan during President Bongbong Marcos' state visit. In Pampanga, authorities recover a fifth body from the collapsed building in Angeles City. And for the second time around, the United States launches defensive strikes on Iran. The Senate minority bloc says it is preparing for several possible scenarios ahead of Monday's session, including the possible arrest of two more senators before proceedings begin. The Office of the Ombudsman earlier announced that plunder cases would be filed against Senators Jinggoy Estrada and Joel Villanueva over their alleged involvement in the flood control scandal. Speaking on BNC's On Point, Senator Panfilo Lacson said the minority bloc would push for full deliberations following standard Senate procedure, while warning against any move to railroad the rules. Tensions have also continued to simmer in the chamber following Senator Rodante Marcoleta's proposal to allow senators to participate in sessions via teleconference.
Well, different scenarios, Assuming na merong, sinabi ko na kanina, kung may mag-crossover na isa, that would be 12 against 11.
Okay.
And then kung may makulong, that would leave them with 10. At kami, 11. Di ba?
Sir, okay.
So yun ang ibig ko sabihin.
Quickly,
may mga scenarios. Kung hindi mangyari yon, then it could be a repeat. Pagka hindi nila dinaan sa Committee on Rules, we will insist that naka-refer na sa rules yan, i-constitute natin yung Committee on Rules, i-discuss natin doon, saka nyo kami talunin. Anyway, majority naman sila sa Committee on Rules. Pwede nila kaming talunin doon, magpirma lahat yung majority ng members, and the majority members would belong to the majority bloc. And then report it out on the floor, mag-deliberation kami doon, mag-interpellation, mag-amendment, and so forth and so on. Yun ang proper way. That's according to our rules. Doon, may papasa rin nila yon. Pero wag yung ganitong railroaded.
Lacson also slammed Marcoleta, who criticized Senator Risa Ontiveros for having no legal background during the debate on Senate rules. He, however, denied calling Marcoleta stupid, saying the remark he made in a post on X was only an expression. Netizens criticized Senator Robin Padilla following his post on what's considered as force majeure to justify the majority's push for online participation of senators on important matters. Hannah T. is reporting live from the Senate. Hannah, tell us what happened.
Senator Robin Padilla seems to be facing online backlash after trying to argue that global conflicts, terror threats, and even extreme weather conditions could qualify as justification to participate in Senate sessions online. The actor turned lawmaker first posted on Facebook Wednesday night asking whether the war in the Middle East, the possibility of the Philippines being dragged into a China-Taiwan conflict, and growing global security threats could already be considered force majeure. While Padilla did not directly name anyone, this is after some Senate minority members walked out of Senate plenary Tuesday evening. And Senator Risa Ontiveros earlier rejecting attempts to compare the current push for video conferencing to the pandemic-era remote participation given to former Senator Laila de Lima in 2021. Ontiveros had pointed out that Senate rules only allow remote participation during force majeure or a national emergency, such as the COVID-19 pandemic, which she said does not exist today. She also stressed that De Lima, unlike Senator Bato de la Rosa, submitted herself to detention and faced the legal process. The debate comes as the Senate majority pushes to amend the rules to allow remote participation, a move the minority believes is meant to benefit de la Rosa, who has gone into hiding after after the ICC had issued a warrant for his arrest. Just hours after his initial post, Mai, Padilla doubled down and released a second statement where he cited a broader definition of force majeure. He argued that events such as war, terrorism, floods, earthquakes, labor strikes, government actions, and even the threat of a strong La Nina could fall under the category of force majeure because they're beyond human control. But Ontiveros quickly pushed back, saying those situations do not qualify under the context of current Senate rules, and that rising oil prices, global tensions, and climate issues should actually push lawmakers to report to work physically and pass measures to help Filipinos. Mai?
Hana, sa Lunes ba talaga inaasahan na tatalakayin yan? And what about the investigation on the May 13 shooting? Kailan ba nila tatalakayin din yun? Kasi marami pa ring hindi nasasagot na mga tanong tungkol doon sa shooting incident.
That's right, Mai. Actually, inaasahan natin sa Lunes magkakaroon na naman ng mainit na debate pagdating nga doon sa motion, na unang motion ni Senator Rodante Marcoleta, kaugnay ng pagpayag sa isang senador to join Senate sessions virtually. At pagdating naman doon sa naging Senate shooting noong May 13, wala pa sa ngayong kumpirmasyon kung magkakaroon ba ng Senate investigation kaugnay nito, dahil yung una kasing pinanukala ng Senate minority ay magkaroon ng Committee of the Whole investigation when it comes to the Senate shooting, pero sa ngayon hindi siya natackle sa Senate plenary. Mai?
Hano, what about Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplaska? Narinig natin ang sinabi ni Ombudsman Crispin Remulla na ang sabi niya hindi yata sinusunod ni Aplaska yung kanyang suspension order.
Yes, Mai. Katunayan, just a few days ago, we also saw suspended Acting Senate Sergeant at Arms Mau Aplaska dito sa loob ng Senate premises. At nang tanungin natin siya kung ano yung pakay niya dito, despite the fact that he was actually suspended, sabi niya ay binibisita lang daw niya yung kanyang mga kasamahan. And when it comes to Aplaska, una na ring naglabas ng utos itong DOJ para mahingi yung kanyang oath of office kasama yung accounting ng firearms ng Senado dahil nga doon sa nangyaring Senate shooting. Pero sa ngayon, hindi nagkomento itong si Aplaska kaugnay nung kanyang pagpasok pa rin or pagdalo rito sa Senate premises. Mai?
Thank you, Hana T, joining us live from the Senate. The PNP CIDG files an obstruction of justice complaint against Senator Robin Padilla and 5 other personalities over their alleged involvement in the escape of fugitive Senator Bato de la Rosa while under Senate custody. Andrea Salve is on the phone for more. Andrea, what's the latest?
Mai, during a press briefing earlier today, CIDG Director Alexander Murico II said that the complaint was submitted to the Justice Department last Tuesday, May 26. Included in the complaint is the nephew of Padilla's uncle, who allegedly owns the vehicle used as backup escort car for the senator. Padilla's female security personnel is also among the subjects of the complaint, while the participation of the other 3 individuals has yet to be disclosed. The agency had earlier revealed that their investigation showed that De La Rosa's transport out of the Senate was highly coordinated and pre-planned to avoid detection by law enforcement. CCTV footage previously published showed De La Rosa leaving the Senate premises and boarding a vehicle with Padilla early morning of May 14 after the reported shooting incident. Investigators alleged that a separate vehicle acted as a security escort and followed the vehicle carrying Padilla and De La Rosa. Meanwhile, the CIDG also confirmed that simultaneous operations to locate De La Rosa were conducted yesterday. Mai.
Andrea, just a clarification on that, yung mga raid doon sa mga sinasabing posibleng hideout ni Senator Bato, may search warrant naman yun, di ba?
We tried to ask NBI Director Melvin Matibag earlier, and although he refused to be interviewed on cam, sinabi niya naman na may mga legal na basihan naman ang kanilang pagsalakay sa mga areas na kanilang ni-raid kahapon para hanapin yung pinaghahanap na senador.
Kasi yun yung sinasabi naman ng mga pamilya or close associates of Senator Bato na wala daw search warrant. Anyway, pumunta naman tayo doon sa request na revocation order doon sa firearms licenses ni Senator Bato. Ano ang update doon?
According Mai sa CIDG ay naipadala na sa kampo ni De La Rosa yung order or yung ina-notify na siya na revoke na ang kanyang mga lisensya. Pero napaulat din kanina na yung kanilang counsel ay nagsabi na iaapela nila yung order. Mai.
Thank you, Andrea Salve reporting. Political analyst Edmund Dayao asserts senators who allegedly have links to the flood control scandal should not be part of the new Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. Speaking on BNC's At the Forefront, Dayao mentioned Senator Jinggoy Estrada as vice chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee. Senator Cheese Escudero is also a member of the committee, but both senators have been implicated in the flood control mess.
Kahit konti lang nahiya, no? Siguro hindi mo tatanggapin 'yan, no? And you even I even heard Senator Jinggoy saying, if that's the price I have to pay for the position for my independent,
or for my standing up for my principles. Yeah.
What principles are you talking about? If you are actually a principled person, whether you know yourself you are not guilty of anything, nag-recuse ka na dapat doon pa lang.
Professor Tayo also suspects the new Blue Ribbon Committee might discard the partial report on the flood control scandal.
Part of the whole plan, I suppose, is to do away with the report. If you remember, there was even a minority report that they wanted to, they were bandying about, no? At the time that Senator Ping was still the chair of the Blue Ribbon Committee, for obvious reasons, because they didn't like the result of the investigations that came out of the Blue Ribbon Committee chaired by then Chairman Senator Ping Lacson. So I'm sure babaguhin nila lahat yan.
The House Prosecution Panel continues its preparations for the upcoming impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Duterte. Some witnesses are also expected to be trimmed as part of efforts to streamline the process. Kumuha tayo ng detalye kay Isaiah Mirafuentes ng Abante Live mula sa Batasang Pambansa. Isaiah, kumusta dyan? Ano ang latest?
May tuloy-tuloy nga ang paghahanda ng buong House Prosecution Panel para sa magaganap na impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. May isa sa kanilang ginagawa yung tinatawag na mock trial o isa itong uri ng pag-iensayo na kung saan kunyaring kaharap nila ang kanilang inaakusahan at inaalam nila ang kanilang magiging mga posibleng sagot kapag nagsimula na ang paglilitis. Sa usapan namin ni Manila Representative Joel Chua, isa sa mga miyembro ng House Prosecution, inamin niyang magbabawas sila ng mga testigo na ipipresenta para sa impeachment trial laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Naniniwala si Chua na magiging sapat na ang ilang mga ebidensya para makonvict si VP Sara. At isa rin raw ito sa paraan nila para mas maging mabilis ang proseso at takbo ng trial. Pero hindi niya idinitalye kung ano-ano na lang ang mga ipipresenta nilang witnesses. Pero sa ngayon may malaking posibilidad na matiray ang witness mula sa Ombudsman, AMLAC at NBI matapos kumpirmahin ni Representative Terry Lidon sa pamamagitan ng text message na isa sa ang mga ahensya sa mga napipisil na maging witness. Ayon pa sa mga prosecutor, patuloy pa ang kanilang pagpupulong at pagsasanay para sa impeachment. May bago tayo, Mary, nakausap rin natin si Caloocan Representative Edgar Erice at isa sa kanyang mga sinabi sa atin, naniniwala raw siya kahit hindi siya miyembro ng House Prosecution na posibleng tanggalin bilang witness ay si Ramil Madriaga. Dahil para sa kanya may malabnaw ang mga ebidensyang sinabi ni Madriaga noong nagkakaroon ng proper hearing dito sa Kamara. Isa naman may sa kanyang tinalakay din namin kanina, yung kaugnay naman sa teleconference voting. Ayon sa kanya, bakit sa Senado hindi pwede? Pero dito daw sa House of Representatives, pinapayagan ng online voting. Paliwanag niya sa atin, yung nangyari raw ay noong botohan dito kaugnay sa impeachment. Kung may matatandaan natin, nung oras na mag-roll call ang plenaryo noon, 250 congressman lang ang present sa loob ng plenary. Pero kung bibilangin natin yung total number of votes ng impeachment dito sa House of Representatives, umabot ito ng halos 300. At paniwala ni Congressman Erice, ang ilan sa mga ito kaya ito nadagdagan dahil sa online voting. Mai.
Isaiah, si Representative Erice ay miyembro ng Liberal, at ang ilan sa mga kumukontra sa Senado doon sa teleconference ay nasa Liberal din. Ang ibig sabihin ba nito ay kumukontra na si Rep. Erice sa kanyang mga kapartido?
May ayon kay Representative Erice, hindi niya sinabi sa atin kung kinokontrahan niya na yung mga pahayag ng kanyang mga kapartido. Pero noon pa man may kapansin-pansin, katulad ng impeachment, isa siya sa mga nag-abstain. Pero isa sa mga complainant ng impeachment ay kapartido niya, which is si Representative Leila de Lima, na ayon sa kanya, kahit kapartido niya yun, irerespetuhin niya ang kanilang mga desisyon. Pero siya mismo na mismong miyembro rin ng Liberal ay gusto niyang magkaroon siya ng sariling stand o pananaw sa bawat mga issue. Mai.
Isaiah, umaasa pa ba ang House prosecution na sasagot si VP Sara sa summons?
Starting May 20, nung ma-receive ni Vice President Sara Duterte itong summons, meron nga siyang 10 araw, which is, hindi tingnan natin, papatak ito ng May 30, which is Sunday. This time, wala pang sagot si Vice President Sara Duterte, pero ayon sa mga miyembro ng House Prosecution Panel, gusto nilang sumagot si VP Sara kasi dahil kung sumagot ito ang kauna-unang pagkakataon na maririnig ng taong bayan ang paliwanag ng bise. Pero ayon sa mga miyembro ng prosekusyon, kung hindi man sumagot ang bise, walang magiging pagbabago sa proseso, tuloy na tuloy pa rin ang impeachment trial. Mai.
Maraming salamat, Isaiah Mirafuentes, live nag-uulat mula sa Batasang Pambansa. While the public's attention is focused on the numbers game between the Senate majority and the minority, the endgame would likely lead to Vice President Sara Duterte's acquittal in her impeachment trial. In an interview on BNC's Memo, Ateneo law professor Mel Santamaria points out that even if the majority bloc loses some of its members due to various cases lodged against them, the Senate would still need 16 votes to secure a conviction, while only 9 votes are needed for an acquittal.
Kasi ang makakapag-convict 16. Less than 16, 15, wala. Acquitted yun.
So what if they're all arrested?
Well, you could do business kung 13 lang kayo. So, ibig sabihin, basta 13 kayo, pwede kayo maglitis. Kaya lang itong titignan mo. Basta 13 sila, hindi sila makakapag-convict. Kasi ang kailangan mo, 16. Di ba? Pero pwede silang mag-acquit. Kasi kailangan mo, siyam.
He stressed that maintaining the Senate minority's united front is crucial to prevent a possible acquittal vote. The International Criminal Court schedules the start of former President Rodrigo Duterte's trial on November 30th. The ICC has just finished yesterday the status conference where it reviewed submissions from the prosecution, defense, and the victims' representatives alongside pre-trial requirements such as disclosure of evidence. Duterte is facing charges of crimes against humanity over his administration's bloody war on drugs. Presiding Judge Joanna Corner instructed the prosecution and defense to prepare a joint instruction for a panel of experts with the next status conference set for June 23 and July 14. But she notes the chamber is still waiting for another report on whether Duterte is fit to stand trial, which may lead to adjustments. Duterte's legal team is now being led by attorney Peter Haynes following the withdrawal of Nicholas Kaufman. Up next, authorities recover another body from the collapsed building in Angeles City, Pampanga. The details after the break. Stay tuned to Midday Report. You're back on Midday Report. The country secures multi-billion-dollar investments during President Bongbong Marcos' state visit to Japan. Ivy Reyes is reporting live from Tokyo. Hi, Ivy, good to see you. Tell us, what are these investments?
Yes, Mai, the Philippines secured $3.4 billion or 210 billion pesos in investments from their roundtable meeting with Japanese executives yesterday. Ayala Corporation also sealed 3 memoranda of understanding to advance smart cities, internet connectivity, and financial technology in the Philippines. Makati City was mentioned to be the first city in the Philippines where they will study innovating it into an intelligent city through artificial intelligence and urban data platforms. Ayala's partnership with Mitsubishi aims to digitize services like ticketing and online payment platforms. This partnership is poised to generate about 7 billion pesos in revenues. And Ayala and GCash's partnership with Mitsubishi's financial group, or the MFG, is looking at expanding GCash's reach abroad. This investment from Mitsubishi is an addition on top of their earlier $700 million investment, but this time, GCash will be integrated into Ayala and Mitsubishi's business ecosystems across retail, energy, mobility, and technology. So far among the administration's agenda for the state visit on defense, trade, and human resources, we're just awaiting further details on other economic pledges to be announced by the President tomorrow and the defense agreements to be inked later today. President Marcos told business executives yesterday about the institutional reforms being made by the administration to address issues encountered by foreign investors when entering the Philippine market. Quoting the President's message in front of the Japanese business executives, he said, "You know the Philippines not from reports but experience," boasting about the country's human capital as a resilient and adaptable people. As of the third day today of the President's state visit, we're awaiting 2 key events. First, his speech before the National Diet of Japan, or Japan's bicameral Congress, and second, his summit or bilateral meeting with Japanese Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae. Right now, as of 2 p.m. here in Japan, that's all the updates I have on the President's state visit. Mai.
Ivy, until when is the President's state visit, and what are his remaining activities before coming back home? So, we will be leaving with the President tomorrow, I think at 2 p.m. Japanese time. And today, the remaining activity of the President is the speech before the National Diet, and then his bilateral meeting with Prime Minister Takaichi Sanae. And then tomorrow, he will have a last call before the imperial couple, and then we'll leave back for Manila. Mai. Thank you, Ivy Reyes, reporting live from Tokyo, Japan. The Chinese embassy has expressed serious concern over the recent frequent apprehensions of Chinese nationals by Philippine authorities. Spokesperson Xi Lingpeng said the embassy and consulates have lodged formal representations with Manila and urged that any detentions be reported within 4 days as required by the consular agreement. China stressed that affected nationals should be treated fairly, with their personal safety and rights protected and released promptly if no laws were broken. The embassy also confirmed it has provided consular assistance and improved detention conditions for those affected. China warned against selective or discriminatory enforcement, urging Manila to resolve cases lawfully and avoid harming bilateral relations. Another body was recovered from the collapsed building in Angeles City in Pampanga, raising the number of confirmed fatalities to 5. Maika Razon is on the phone for the details. Maika, go ahead.
After nearly 13 hours of continuous search and retrieval operations, rescuers were able to recover another body from the rubble, bringing the number of confirmed deaths to 5. Authorities said that the male victim was located with the help of a canine search dog. Rescuers admitted they faced difficulties extracting the body due to massive concrete debris covering him. As of this time, more or less 15 individuals are still reported missing, while 26 survivors have already been rescued from the collapsed structure. My search, rescue, and retrieval operations continue as authorities work to locate the remaining missing persons. Mai?
Micah, any update on the building owner and the contractor?
Mai, as of today, there are still no information about the location of the contractor and owner of the building. But yesterday, we were able to talk individually with Mayor Lasutin, the ILG Secretary Remulla, and newly appointed DOLE Secretary Francis Tolentino. They said that they are still tracing the owner and contractor's whereabouts and that they are forming a group to look closely about the possible case they will file against owner and contractor of the collapsed building. Mai?
Thank you, Micah Razon, reporting from Angeles City in Pampanga. A sanctuary from the noise of Metro Manila. That's Kawayan Eco Park in Cavite, offering peace while championing sustainability. Chess Ulit gives us a look.
Nestled in General Trias, Cavite, is a space where nature, design, and Filipino creativity come together. Officially launched in December 2025, Kawayan Eco Park has quickly emerged as one of the country's rising ecotourism destinations. In fact, it has earned a spot on Time magazine's list of the world's greatest places of 2026, making it the only tourist destination from the Philippines to be included in the prestigious global list. Considered groundbreaking, the Eco Park stands as a modern ecological landmark built with sustainability in mind. At the center of its design is bamboo, used throughout the park. The natural element blends modern architecture with Filipino cultural identity. At the heart of the 3-hectare property stands the Marilag Grand Pavilion, a centerpiece created through the collaboration of Filipino architects and international bamboo specialists. Bamboo and steel flow seamlessly throughout the structures, creating spaces that are not only visually striking, but also built to withstand extreme weather conditions.
Rooted in Filipino creativity, ecological stewardship, and community participation, it demonstrates how destination can thrive while remaining deeply connected to nature and local heritage.
But Kawayan Eco Park offers more than just scenic views. The space also serves as a venue for events, gatherings, and outdoor activities, giving families and friends a place to relax and connect with nature. General Manager Elizabeth Wang says that the park now welcomes around 1,000 visitors every month. Guests can take part in activities including horseback riding, fishing by the lagoon, and boating. And for the team behind the Eco Park, this is only the beginning.
From the strength of our creativity through community and collaboration, to the richness of our resources and heritage, and of course, the unrivaled warmth of our hospitality. The story Kawayan Eco Park wishes to share with the world is one still in growth and progress, one that we invite all visitors to take part in writing.
For City Homes Builder and Development Incorporated President Rosie Chai, Kawayan Eco Park is a passion project close to her heart.
Together, we hope to fulfill our goal of providing a venue where families and members of communities converge to foster social interaction, health and wellness, training and skills development, to create memorable and meaningful experiences.
And beyond its growing global recognition, the Eco Park hopes to serve as a blueprint for more inclusive, sustainable, and resilient spaces across the country. Chess Ulit, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Up next, the U.S. has launched what it called defensive strikes on Iran for the second time in 3 days. That and more news around the globe, plus sports and the weather, when Midday Report returns. Stay with us. U.S. military shoots down 4 Iranian drones and hit a drone control site in Bandar Abbas, a port city in Iran. The U.S. said the drones threatened American forces and commercial ships in the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian media said Tehran's forces fired warning shots at ships and claimed U.S. strikes caused no casualties or damage. It is the second time in 3 days that the U.S. has attacked targets in Iran, saying that the strikes were conducted in self-defense. The renewed hostilities threatened the ceasefire that started in April. In Laos, 5 people trapped inside a cave for about a week were found alive while rescuers continued to search for 2 others. The group of 7 entered the cave in Chaosumbun province last week to search for gold. Heavy rain and the landslide blocked their exit. State media confirmed Thai rescue teams were helping in the operation.
My name is Benz. My name is Benz. I am Thai. I'm here to rescue all of you. We'll find a way to get you out. Please stay calm, okay?
In Saudi Arabia, pilgrims at the Hajj begin the famed stoning ritual in the city of Mina. The ritual, where they throw pebbles at a large stone wall, commemorates the Prophet Ibrahim's defiance of Satan's temptations. It's become a symbol of the rejection of evil. The Hajj is one of the 5 pillars of Islam and must be performed once in a lifetime by those who are physically and financially able. The final days of the pilgrimage coincide with Eid al-Adha. FIFA is being investigated over ticket prices for the 2026 World Cup. Officials in New York and New Jersey are looking into claims that fans were misled and ticket prices were artificially increased. There are reports some more expensive seats were released after initial ticket sales.
If they bought tickets based on representations by FIFA about the seating arrangements and later found themselves in less desirable seats due to arbitrary changes in seat categorization, this could be seen as misleading, potentially actionable under the New York and New Jersey consumer protection laws.
The FIFA president has earlier defended that the high prices reflect strong public demand. The race for the MPL Philippines Season 17 crown is heating up, with early playoff matches already delivering huge upsets and intense showdowns. Sheila Salaysay tells us more.
The road to the MPL Philippines Season 17 Championship is officially underway. And right from the opening matches, intensity and storylines are already at an all-time high. In one of the most anticipated play-in clashes, Onyx Philippines proved why they remain a dangerous contender, overcoming Aurora PH, the reigning M7 world champions, in a dramatic 5-game series. Entering the playoffs as the quiet 3rd seed, Onyx leaned on stability and composure, with Import Savero continuing to show that international talent can thrive in the MPL PH system. Meanwhile, in another playoff showdown, Omega Esports continued their incredible rise, defeating Twisted Minds to advance further into the bracket. Once seen as a ragtag group of misfits, Omega has now evolved into a legitimate contender, showcasing both a smart macro play and explosive team fights. And beyond the battlefield, the energy continues to build as Superfan City transforms the playoffs into a full-blown festival, featuring fan activities, exclusive merchandise, and interactive experiences for the MPL community. The much-awaited MPL PH Season 17 Grand Finals is set on May 31, where one team will rise above the rest and claim the championship. Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Filipino martial artists continue to make their mark on the international stage, this time in France, delivering gold in the recent Agnes Cali Eskrima Cup. Our Europe correspondent Dick Villanueva has more on that and the growing popularity of Pinoy martial arts across Europe.
Filipinos once again proved their dominance in traditional Filipino martial arts after the Red Balintawak France team delivered strong performances in the recent France Cup Arnis Cali Eskrima. In the senior women's 3-on-3 division, Alice Bles Peña, Milvina Alaga and Jennifer Macavinta captured the gold medal, while Peña also successfully defended her 2025 title in the women's senior category. Meanwhile, Chinchin Bautista, Venus Belmonte and Rowena Anabo earned silver medals in the women's veterans division.
Yung pinanalo ko is senior category for women. And I won a gold medal for this category.
Most French teams proudly displayed Filipino symbols such as Lapu-Lapu, Baybayin Script, the Three Stars and the Sun, and the word Mandirigma on their uniforms during the competition. According to the organizers, the participants hold great respect for the Arnis Cali Eskrima as a traditional martial arts that originated in the Philippines.
Alors, le Cali Eskrima en France est présent depuis plus de 50 ans. Il a été introduit par des gens qui venaient des États-Unis et des Philippines. Il a été introduit il y a 50 ans en France. Et donc, du coup, nous, on a repris, on l'a intégré dans la Fédération française de karaté parce qu'elle a la délégation pour les disciplines associées dont nous faisons partie.
Despite limited training due to work and studies, the coach of Red Balintawak France said he was proud of his team after overcoming bigger opponents to win multiple medals, including a successful title defense by their female champion.
Medyo nahirapan itong mga adult kasi kulang yung training time nila. So lagi silang nagtitraining lang sa labas dahil wala kaming time para sa proper training dahil lahat sila nagtatrabaho rin, yung mga OFW. Ganun din yung mga bata kasi sabay yung training nila tsaka sa school. Kaya kulang yung time nila pero binigyan nila yung best nila para i-represent ang Pilipinas.
Arnis Cali Eskrima was becoming known in Europe and popular in France. In fact, in 1998, one of the trainers of the military in France was the former Escrimador Grandmaster Oliver Bersabal, a native from Cebu. Dick Villanueva, Bilyonaryo News Channel, Libalwapere, Ile-de-France.
A check on the weather. We're still watching the storm Jiangmi, which is still outside the Philippine area of responsibility, maintaining its strength with maximum winds at 65 kilometers per hour. Now, once it enters the PAR tonight or tomorrow, it will be named Domeng, the fourth cyclone of 2026 and the second for the month of May. It was last spotted about 1,000 kilometers east of eastern Visayas. Looking at the track, the storm is seen to continue moving north-northwest over the Philippine Sea, and it's still not likely to make landfall, but it may reach typhoon category on Saturday. We may not get storm signals, but it's possible that gale warnings will be raised due to rough seas over the seaboards of extreme northern Luzon this weekend. Checking on Mindanao, moderate to heavy rains over the Zamboanga Peninsula, Cotabato, Bukidnon, and Davao del Norte. Pag-asa warned of possible flash floods and landslides with more rain seen tonight. In the Visayas, we may get light to moderate rains over Antique, Negros, and Bohol this evening, but good weather for Samar, Leyte, and the rest of the central Philippines. While in Luzon, occasional light to moderate rains again over the Cordillera region, Ilocos Norte and Abra, and quite heavy in Nueva Ecija but not lasting very long. The rest of Luzon should enjoy fair conditions tomorrow and even this weekend. Checking the heat index forecast, the highest temperature seen for Cavite reaching 47 degrees Celsius there. Tuguegarao and Bulacan will hit 46 degrees, while Lawag, Apari, and Tarlac will be hitting 45 degrees Celsius. And for Metro Manila, it's still a hot 44 degrees Celsius, also in the danger category. That's how skies are shaping up. Stay hydrated and stay in the shade. Up next, last year's daring Louvre heist inspires a French filmmaker. We've got the latest in entertainment when we return. You're still on Midday Report. Newly engaged actress Christine Reyes and lawyer Gio Ting Son are opening up about the details of their upcoming wedding, which could happen later this year. On the Daily Dish, the couple, who have known each other since elementary school, admitted there was a time they weren't sure they would end up together.
Guess what?
What?
Dinecline niya ako. Hindi pa ako ready.
No way.
Oo. Tapos hindi pa natapos doon. May another instance na pinuntahan ko naman siya sa bahay niya.
Hindi nangyari yun kasi I got so scared. I was like, sino ako? I'm a first-year law student. Wala akong
pala yung
this
interpretation.
person, di ba? So parang, in effect, parang that ghosting was, natakot ako. It's like, di ko kaya itong buhay ito, kakasal na ako, first-year law student. Wala akong alam. Wala akong income, wala akong kahit ano. And she was so established. She had money, she's self-made.
May house na rin ako nun.
May sarili na siyang bahay. I was like, jackpot na ako nun. Diba? But I shied away. Kaya parang sabi ko na-ghost because I was so afraid of that commitment. Shucks, di ako ready.
The daring Louvre jewel heist that stunned the world last year is now heading straight to screens. French filmmaker Romain Gavras is developing a movie inspired by an investigative book that unpacks the $100 million robbery. A separate documentary series is also in the works while the missing jewels remain elusive. Some of the stolen items included the crown of Empress Eugenie, which was later recovered near the Louvre, as well as royal tiaras, necklaces, and earrings. Even after multiple arrests, the case continues to baffle investigators, proving this real-life thriller is far from over. More Filipino songs for Sandara Park. The K-pop star says this dream still proudly sits on her bucket list. After sharing how her love for band music was shaped by her years living in the Philippines, netizens wasted no time asking about her favorites. Sandara, dubbed the pambansang Krung Krung, named AJ's Parokya ni Edgar, MYMP, and Kichi Nadal as artists she still remembers singing along to. Sandara is part of the K-pop group 21, which debuted in 2009 and made a highly anticipated comeback in 2024 after a 9-year hiatus. And that's the Midday Report. I'm Mai Rodriguez. See you again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Stay informed and stay safe.